Hi there, this is video 11, which covers pages 16 and 17 in your notes. Now, when you filter a list, it's sometimes necessary to apply that filter on a regular basis. Let me give you an example because I want to introduce you to something called custom views, which I think you might like if you're a person who does filtering. Let's say I need to filter out certain records and based on more than one criteria. Let's say I first of all want to know about all my full-timers. So my full-timers can be found in column R. So if I scroll across to column R, I can hit the drop down here, I can unselect all, and I can choose full-time and OK. So that narrows my 200 records down to 163 full-timers. But I may want to narrow it down further. I want full-timers in Tauranga. So now I'm going to go across to column T. And if I hit the drop down on column T, I can narrow down the 163 records to those just from Tauranga. And that takes me down to 57 records. So these are my full-time employees based in Tauranga. But then I only want the ones who are in the Department of Finance. So that is column W. So I'm going to go across to here, hit the drop down, unselect all, and just choose Finance and OK. So now I'm down to 8 staff. These are my full-time Tauranga finance employees. Now that's something that I want to be able to filter out quickly and easily, maybe every day or every week, and the data is constantly changing. So I actually want to save this as what we call a view. If you go to view in the ribbon, there's a button called custom views, and it's actually a custom view I want to save it as. So I'm going to click this here and I'm going to click add, and then I give it a name. So I want to call it full-time Tauranga finance employees. And it will remember any print setting, hidden rows or columns, or more appropriately, it will remember any filter settings. So I'll go OK and I've created a view. Now let's create a second view, and that is not my full-timers, but my part-timers in Tauranga and in finance. So I'm going to hit the drop down here, I'll take off full-time, choose part-time and OK. So there's only one employee who's part-time at this stage because the data could change. So I'll go to custom views, and there's my full-time view that I just created a moment ago. So now I'm going to add another view, which is my part-time Tauranga finance employees. And OK. And then I want to create a third view where maybe I don't have any filters applied, I just see all the records. So I'll press CTRL SHIFT L to turn off my filter, and this is all the records. So I'll go to custom views, there's my two views I've created earlier, adding a third view and just call it all records, and OK. So now the idea is if I want to see my full-time Tauranga finance employees, I just go to custom views, choose that view and choose show. It turns on the filter and does all that filtering for me. This is very good also if you want to share these records with other people and other people that aren't so confident with applying filters to lists. You could just create custom views. You can have an unlimited number of custom views per sheet. Now if I want to see all records, I just go to custom views, all records, and show, and it just shows all the records. So custom views might be something that you really would like to be able to just turn on quickly. If I wanted to see my part-timers, I'd go part-time and show, and it just turns it all on, and then custom views and all records and show. So I just wanted you to know about custom views. They're really handy if you are a person who does filtering. Now, besides filtering based on text and based on selecting what you do and don't want, there are also number filters and date filters. Let's go to, first of all, a column that contains numbers. So for example, we have this age column in column I. If I press CTRL SHIFT L just to turn on the filter and I hit the drop down on age, because it is a column that contains numbers, I get number filters. So I can say, look, give me all the ages that equal, do not equal, are greater than, are less than, are between, above average or below average. So I just want you to have an awareness that there are number filters if the data in that column is numbers, and there are text filters, let's go to full name, if the data in that column is text. And there are also date filters. So if I went to date of birth, let's go date hired, and I went to date filters, there are date filters like who was hired this week, last month, this month, last year, or even between any particular date range, or before or after any date range. So it's a really strong feature where you can filter out, and especially the larger your list gets, the more value this offers you, because you often don't want to work with the entire data set. You're just interested in just those ones for this week or for last week or this month. So I just wanted to address the filters capability that is very strong in Excel. Now to turn the filter off, I'll just press CTRL SHIFT L, and we're back to seeing all our records. Now practice what you've learnt, absorb what we've covered, and I'll see you in the next video.